Okay, so this is how to win friends and influence people. This is part 4 of this book, chapter 6 and 9. So for chapter 6, to start off, it's how to spur people into success. So this is generally an idea that was written about, and it talks about how people and animals respond better to praises rather than scoldings. So I guess I'll start off with an example here just to, I guess, make it easier to understand. So you have a child, you're trying to teach him how to throw. He's a young child. So you're trying to teach him how to throw. He's a righty. So in order to throw correctly, he has to step with his left foot. But he either doesn't step at all and he just throws the ball without stepping his feet, or he steps with his right foot every time. And you're getting frustrated, and you have two decisions to make at this point. You could either scold him, you can tell him he's doing it wrong, you can lose your patience, like a lot of parents do, I'm sure, or you can keep working with him and showing him how to do it right. And if he does it right, you can praise him and show the slight reward. This slight reward will almost guarantee you better success with your child in terms of learning how to throw, because people take praise in better rather than a scolding. Or I guess scolding generates insecurity within people, which is just not a great thing, and that's not going to help you grow. That's going to turn you away. It's going to make you want to quit and not better yourself. So a praise is similar to water for crops. So a crop obviously needs water to grow and thrive and blossom. So without that praise, or without that water, your crop won't grow and it won't thrive and it'll wither and it'll die. And this is applicable to single people, groups of people, and animals. So if you have a worker, you're the boss, and one of your workers is doing one thing consistently right, in a group meeting with all of your staff, you can call out that person for doing something right, give them a sign of praise, and this will make all of your workers start doing that one thing right, because everyone wants to be praised. Nobody wants to fall behind. Nobody wants to do things the wrong way and be scolded for it, possibly fired for it, and stuff like that. So this is applicable to everything, even teaching your dog how to sit. You give him a treat, you give him a reward when it does it correctly. You don't whip your dog for doing something wrong, for not doing it. It's all about showing progress and rewarding people for showing that sign of progress, instead of bringing them down and pulling them further away. You want to everybody's born with a certain factor in them. Everybody possesses skill inside of them, and it's that praise will give that person the room to grow that skill and better themselves, rather than a scold would almost put an end to them even attempting to do whatever it is that they want to do. For the next chapter, which is chapter 9, it's making people glad to do what you want. So this is using your position as a leader to make people almost do what you want and be happy for it. This chapter started off with an example from World War I, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to give my own example, which will probably help us connect better. So for this, take it into terms that you're the general manager of a car dealership. You have a new opening at sales manager, and you now have two candidates. They're both qualified. They both know about the opening. They both want that position. One person used to work as a sales manager for you 5 years down the road, and the other person is your top salesman, and he thinks he's due for a promotion. So in order to make both people happy, clearly you have to give one the position and one not, and clearly you have to not disappoint your current workers, because that could put you in a bad position. So let's say you feel that your old worker is better for the job, is more fit for the job, and you appoint him for the job. To make the salesman glad to do what you want, to make the salesman glad to keep his old job and maintain his position, you have to point out the benefits. You have to give them a pride, a sense of value. You want them to feel like they're valuable and that the job they're doing is the best job for them. So you'll have to talk to them and say, okay, look, when you're a sales manager, you don't get the same commissions. You get more commissions from your own deals when you're a salesman. You get to work your own deals when you're a salesman. You're not working everybody's. You get to connect with the customers, and you're a better people person than with numbers. You want to give them a sense of pride and value. Tell them they're the best salesman, and that you fear your numbers will drop without them. You want them to feel valuable. You want them to have a sense of pride in their work. So in order to make them do what you want, which in this scenario is to maintain his old job, you want to just feed him the benefits of it. It's just to make him happy to keep his old job. Almost happier than he was in the same position than before he wanted the promotion. So that's really how this works. Napoleon used this strategy, I guess, to take over Europe way back when, and he used the technique of granting titles and authority to people to keep them happy and to get them to do what he wanted. So authorities like naming someone general in order to have them go to Greece and fight in a war over there. And you want to give them a title, give them some power, authority over others. It'll keep them happy, it'll keep them moving, and it'll keep them after the same goal that you're after. And so that's really how this chapter works. So the comparisons really between the two chapters, they're honestly very, very similar. They both talk about leadership qualities. These are both qualities that great leaders need to possess in order to succeed in life. They both involve being fair and making decisions that are going to benefit others before they benefit yourself. Obviously, a difference is Chapter 6 is more guided towards only helping others, and Chapter 9 is guided towards helping others and yourself. Chapter 9, that the only real difference between the two, the only contrast, is the simple fact that Chapter 9 works towards self-benefit and Chapter 6 works towards benefiting others and helping others grow. They both work towards helping others grow, and that's basically what they're both based on, and they both involve being supportive and bettering others and thinking of the other person's needs, wants, and what's best for them, their benefits before your own. So that's really all there is in comparing and contrasting the two. So they do influence one another majorly. Gaining the ability to become a better people person and a better leader between the two of these, that's how they influence each other. So if you're good enough at keeping your workers happy or keeping whoever you're trying to teach something happy, which is basically what Chapter 6 is, teaching someone something, making them happy, giving them that praise, keeping them happy and keeping them motivated to keep moving. For Chapter 9, you need to be able to keep these people happy and have them do what you want, but maintain that happiness, that level of, I would say, almost self-confidence in what they're doing, because they're confident now doing what you want, because they think it's going to benefit them. Because it all goes back to others' benefits, the benefits of others. And to really generalize the two under one, they all aim towards bettering those around you, bettering yourself, whether it's in your family, if it's your kid or if it's your dog, it works towards bettering your family as a whole. If it's a business, it works towards bettering your company as a whole. If it's yourself, it's towards bettering yourself as a whole. So it's generalizing all of them. It's all under bettering yourself and those around you, and not just people, animals too, or whatever it is. And as a result of this, what I'd like to assign towards classmates is just think about some time where someone's small words of encouragement led you to do something that made a difference in your life. Whether it's in school, it's in sports, it's in hobbies, it's in what you want to do when you grow up, if it's in your job, in anything. Who was that person? What they say to you, and how did what they say change the perspective of that scenario for yourself? So if it was a baseball coach and they told you to keep working, that you're improving, how did it help you better yourself at that sport? How did it keep you going? Almost like that. And that's really it. Thank you.